But this is the scepter. It actually drains mana. Oh, I've drawn them. Pomp. Pomp. Rapid fire mana cannon. I am being punished. Rapid fire mana cannon. Not man cannon. I need you to be aware that there's a very big difference between a mana cannon and a man cannon. Run! The fact that I can do the charge attack is only because I put a point into it. But as you can see, it actually can become quite powerful. Multiple levels of the charge. But it's not the one that I want, so. Into junk with you. I'm up to 56 of 70 items. Oh my lord. How can you be a real loot goblin with such limits? Wow, Jake, the damage you're doing to them does kind of look like you're firing your man cannon at them, though. What? That is rude. Cotton shoes. Better. No, wait, they're sandals. I was thinking about it for a second, but no. Oh, long swords. There's great swords and there's long swords. This is a better long sword, ultimately. But sans the 4 lightning damage and 3 shocking damage over 3 seconds. If I was focused on piercing damage, this would be a decent one, but I'm going to say no to it. Crude iron gauntlets, new. Repair kit I will take. All items do have durability, and the repair kits can repair them in the field, as one might expect. Hurrah! Oh, I'll check that out after the stream, Kagan. Okay, it's nighttime. Hello, nighttime. The world does change a little bit between day and night. There are certain things that will be a lot easier to do at nighttime, like, you know, robbing towns because everyone's asleep. Not that you should ever rob towns, chat. Why are you even thinking about robbing towns, you bunch of criminals? My lord, such scallywag behavior. Wait, you've got my beard. Have you got my tattoo too? Oh, you don't have my hair, at least.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth.
You
Maybe
do have my How
weaver,
dare
eh?
you've stolen my face? Why didn't chat warn me? There's trouble at the tower.
Trust me, I've known that for a long time. Nobody can change fate. Poor old Fomadus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. It's a shame. He'll be dead by now.
What makes you think he's dead?
The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but Hughes's success would come on the day of his death. He took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that.
Can you give me some help? Oh man, early persuasion builds must have such a great time. The cards.
You really don't know much, do you?
Rude.
A Fate Weaver taps into the threads of fate and channels that energy through a focus. My order prefers cards. The cards are unique to each Fate Weaver, since we all see the weave differently.
I haven't had the pleasure of playing that game, Frogbones. Well, I just woke up in the tower.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
Agarth, did you just run away, you scoundrel? Man. Oh, I don't have the man cannon anymore. Never mind. That's very sad. Oh, transitioning into daggers when they're in the air from that blow is... Oh, why? What? Transitioning to daggers whilst they're in the air from the sword's upswing is actually a pretty potent move because the daggers are so fast. Right, hold left and right to harness the power of fate, entering reckoning mode. Okay, so this... When you kill a boss, you all, as far as I'm aware, always get a reckoning kill on a boss. Understand that, you know, trolls will eventually become common enemies, but reckoning mode is something you build up to normally, and you can choose when to activate it. We will do so now. Now we are super fast and super strong, but they are still hard enemies. Oh, you've already gone down now. And this is a rare moment where, because it's a tutorial, my reckoning meter, the purple gauge is not going down. Normally, that would be running out the whole time. So I'd have to sometimes choose to end my kill streak early because I'm about to lose the possibility. If it fully drains out, you exit reckoning mode without any of the benefits of it. I think everyone you've almost killed will just die though. But I just love I love the idea of this. We've basically, it's not just slow-mo, it's like we are literally, everything is desaturated, almost like Anoon kind of vibes going on right now. But those kind of tendrils coming off them, those are the weaves of their fate unraveling. And then we get that experience modifier on everyone who is part of the death chain.
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
You know, you just keep your head down. Work hard in school. I don't know, I just did it.
You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible?
Well, I can think of one.
I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
Do you always see death?
It's a gift. Some people paint landscapes, other people write poetry. I peer into the weave of fate's tapestry and see people's deaths.
Is this why Hughes sent me?
That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes.
All right, show me my fate.
You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much...
Did you notice just then, I mentioned earlier that you'll have an opportunity to see the way they did the lip syncing. Did you notice when he said, I haven't, that his lower lip went behind his upper teeth? that level of lip syncing, like, is still not common in games like so many years later. And this was in the original. This isn't unique to the re-reckoning. It's just wild. It always blew my mind. I'm real. You must be drunk now. You can't see my fate.
Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just missing. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Okay, so this is us being able to pick our fates. We have many fates to choose from. So these are the unlocked destinies. There's 4 that we have access to, and there's 5 in each of these areas and 6 in this final one. So right now with the fateless one, newly resurrected, your fate is blank, formless, and ready to be forged into the shape of your choosing. I can go with the brawler. With this destiny, you are a formidable melee combatant. You can withstand a lot of punishment, and it's usually more efficient for you to block or suffer an attack rather than dodge one. Increases block efficiency, melee attack damage. The Acolyte. As an Acolyte, you are devoted to the arcane and the mastery of elemental forces. You prefer to destroy your opponents with raw magic rather than through crude or mundane methods. Give me plus 25% elemental damage, which would affect the damage my sword does, and 10% mana cost reduction on spells. Or the Rogue. Unlike many of the warriors of Amalur, rogues prefer to fight from far away, or from behind, or by dishonorable means, and usually by surprise. As a rogue, you sneak, dodge, and slather weapons with a poison to gain an advantage in combat. Plus 10% ranged attack damage. Unless we use a bow, we're not really going to be doing that too much. Plus 30% damage resistance while dodging, and plus 5% piercing damage. As you go down the various tiers, you can get all kinds of different things. You can see the requirements up top. So like for the single focus ones, it's just that particular one. But then you've got like the various mixes. Might and sorcery. I just always love that. Might and finesse. And finally, if you go through everything, you notice these numbers never get that high because it's basically impossible to get that with all of the levels. But going down this road is usually pretty forgiving, especially because of the equipment requirement reductions. And +1 to all skills, and it's a real generalist path. It's quite a good one though. Quite a good one. And the reduced equipment requirements is very much needed because a lot of things like late game gear will be like, oh, have 40 in finesse or something like that. But for now, we'll go Acolyte because nothing else really benefits the build that we've got as we're going. Yeah, what did you see?
I can see the threads around you, but they're shifting, changing so rapidly, I can't make sense of them. Normally, the threads would guide my hand to the cards, and I'd use those cards to see your pattern in the weave.
Where have they gone?
But it just didn't happen. They wouldn't focus.
How are you speaking into my
either
mind?
There's something wrong with me.
Oh, it stopped.
And
Okay.
there isn't. Or there's something very wrong with you.
I love that. Either I'm wrong and I'm not, or you're very wrong. You gotta love Agarth's confidence here. That's main character confidence right there. Magnus asks, can you change choices later? Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can. You can change every skill point you've assigned and the destinies that you've picked. Well, what does this mean?
It could mean nothing. Or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that. Or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings. But we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower.
Typical Fate Weaver. It could be nothing, but it could be everything. You could be changing the world, or you could just be changed by the world. There's a reason why people call you charlatans, okay?
The Tuatha aren't like any Fae I've ever known. They're cruel, bloodthirsty, and savage. Why, they're practically human. Hughes was always an odd one. Curious and determined as any of his kind, sure. He never shut up about his work. But he always knew what was important. He didn't worry about dying as long as he knew he'd get the well working.
You gotta respect that.
The Fate Weavers were once a great, unified order of sages from all the mortal races. We foretold the destinies of kings and gods. But that power takes a toll. Nobody likes bad news. And all the news in the world is getting worse. The Order splintered long ago. Now the old traditions are all but lost. And all I foretell is the fate of my beer. And I see it being empty soon.
That is a grim fate indeed.
We are all threads in the tapestry of fate. Measured, woven, and cut according to a great plan. Fate Weavers undertake the task of reading those threads. Our title always was a bitter lie, since we have no control over how that tapestry is woven. But you do. And when a Fate Weaver looks at your place in the weave, we see only the shapes of what you may choose to become. You can find Arden's little cottage in the middle of Yovan. Had to move there when he got run out of town. He's a damned good Fate Weaver, but that doesn't make you very popular. Especially not in dark days like these.
What about yourself, Agarth?
Once I was Agarth the Unyielding, the Blade of Avgrum. I wrestled the Colossus Priestess and declined knighthood by the High King of the Fae. I was a hero of men, but that wasn't enough for me.
You wanted to be a hero of women as well.
Hoping to find a way to conquer destiny itself. Turns out fate is the one thing I couldn't fight.
Okay, so what's wrong with my fate?
That's just it. I don't know if you've got one, but that's why we're going to see Arden. He lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. I'll meet you there. What
Very well.
does this all mean?
I don't know. That's what I was hoping you would tell me. But now I'm cast adrift, alone. Fateless, possibly. I don't wish to alarm anyone, but this dagger seems to be floating. Probably best to leave it where it is. The Legend of Dead Kell. I've received Alpha Navy recruit. Okay, so this is some of the expansions that came out for the original game, the Teeth of Naros, and I believe the Dead Kell are. Whereas Fate Sworn is a much... that's a DLC. That's a whole new thing. But we did just get basically access to do the quests that lead to the various other things. So let's go and have a look. The Alpha Navy recruitment letter. Take heed, intrepid travelers, seasoned adventurers, and brave men and women of Amalur. A fiend is loose in the Frost Peak Sea. Dead Kell has returned, and his crew of hanged men trail a bloody wake. Will you let this stand? The Alpha Merchant Navy seeks dauntless souls in their pursuit of the Pirate King. Do not delay. Draw your swords, raise your sails, set course for glory. Visit Rathir today. I imagine it said that in that tone. So this, I've received a package of special items. They are currently being stored in a chest in Gorhart Village. That is the gear that I was talking about earlier. Legend of Dead Kell and Teeth of Naros are the stuff that we can go and do. Those were expansions to the original game. And I believe you can sort of see them on the map. Yeah, the Teeth of Naros, amazing area. I actually love that area. I've not done the Dead Kell one, which I believe is over here. I believe. I could be wrong about that one, though. Since I've never done it, I'm not actually sure if that's what I'm thinking. But, yeah, this is the world map, and we are still currently very much in a tiny, tiny little corner of it. Fine iron chakrams. Good. We finally have it. Actually, higher damage than my current sword, as it happens. 10 shocking damage over 5 seconds. 7 lightning damage. 7 physical damage. Not a lot of physical, to be fair, but equipped there. Right. So, this is how chakrams fight. And because we've taken mastery, we can do this.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
I love the little lore stones. I like, very shiny, many cuts. Again, the ingredients, the reagents, they respawn like every 3 or so days in game time, which is actually a fair bit of time. You're not going to be able to really farm a single area. You might have several areas together you can farm. Hello. Tell me a joke. That is so rude. No, I can't even repeat it. My goodness. Grabbing all the bits. Also, I totally missed this. Elm Frost Rod. Oh. Okay. Can I... Oh, it's a component. Right, for making gear. Okay. My God, you actually managed to harvest something. I know. Early on, without alchemy, harvesting is really rough. Really, you will occasionally pick something up. So much so that I'll probably pop a point into alchemy as the second thing I put points into. Like, as soon as I've maxed out my detect hidden, I will put a point into alchemy just so I can start pulling things out of the ground.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
I miss her so much. There's Warsworn
just
in
talked
the
to
inn.
her.
They can help you find work if you're interested.
Hello. I swear I spotted Doc of Fire in the woods, but I've been wrong before.
Gorhart used to be bigger before the war. Greetings.
Keep moving. This business doesn't concern you. Unless
can't
you're an
see you.
expert scholar on the Fae, I'd suggest you move along. No
This
reason
camera
to be out in
positioning
the
is
open with
awful.
the Red Legion about.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm gonna move.
As I said
There we are.
before, you should move along. What are they? I'm not sure, but they've been here for longer than any of us can imagine. They're older than the trees. They have to be. They grew them. Humans and immortals cannot live together in peace, at least not forever. The peace we have with the Summer Court is unnatural. That's my opinion.
Oh, thank you very much for that clip, Torin. Summer Court.
You might call it a Fae nation, one of 2 united factions that rule their kind. The Summer Court are not exactly allies, but they do let us be, most of the time. It's the other Fae, the Winter Court, that has spawned the dreaded Tuatha, a vicious clan of killers who wish to defeat and enslave all mortals.
The fact this conversation is happening to the backdrop of is a little bit disconcerting, but
Are you playing a trick on me? I would hope so. We're going on 10 years of the mortals and the Tuatha locked in a deadly embrace. Normally, I'd decry the bloodshed, but this is a conflict that we cannot afford to lose. Bandits, but no ordinary bandits. Surely you've heard of Red the Dead Idward. They say he drinks the blood of his captives, that he consumes their souls. Or perhaps those are just rumors. You should be fine if you stay inside the village. Once you go beyond the boundaries of Gorhart, however, your life is in your hands.
Damn, he quite rightly said, you left us with a dying gnome for a whole tea break. You suffer through it. That's fair.
I'd never seen one of them until a day or so ago. It appears that a small group of warriors ventured inland to strike behind our lines. Believe the stories, friend. The Tuatha are mad. They have been touched by a dark magic. They are wholly corrupted, and they are the enemy. I don't know if you noticed, but St. Odwig's mission closed its gate moments before that Fae's body turned up on the road. I don't like what that suggests. Not at all. The brothers of St. Odwig's are an odd sort, scurrying back and forth across the mission like squirrels gathering nuts. I wonder what goes on behind those closed doors.
Fair. All right.
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this.
What happened? Well, actually, we'll talk about the other things
Peaceful
first.
Fae make up the tribe known as the Court of Summer. They are led by a king in a faraway city, hidden from mortal eyes. That's about all I know. Little more than rumors and stories from my youth. Our fate rests in the hands of a few chosen who fight in the east. You wouldn't even know it in Gorhart. We're miles away from the smoke and the screams.
What about the Fae?
I've spent most of my life dealing with them, but they aren't like us. Not at the core. They don't know what it means to be a man who sweats to feed his family. Gorhart has become a sort of refuge for those settlers who wish to live a life free of Fae.
Did Twitch chat
I
just
don't
Twitch?
see that lasting. Not with the war.
I saw it
Not with
like
everything
saying
changing.
connecting, but it looks like my internet connection's fine.
We keep a precarious peace with the Court of Summer, one that's tested every day. I lie awake at night worrying what kind of disaster awaits me in the morning.
Well, I can see people chatting, so
But
I'm
we're a
assuming
good
it's
community
fine.
full of good people. We have our eccentrics, sure, but we work hard and live quietly. That's the best anyone can do these days. I'm the Warden of Gorhart, and a poor one at that. I've been back from the war for only 6 months and been Warden for less than 2. Now here I am with an injured Fae on my doorstep. I'm a disgrace.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I've seen many bandit clans in the Crystal War and back home, but these men are a particular breed. They like their victims weak and bloody. The Red Legion has been a presence in the area for several weeks now. Our people are scared to show their faces after dark. I don't know what the Tuatha would be doing this far from the front lines. It must be something vital to their interests. They're a wicked breed, though, and I pity the man who meets up with them in these darkened forests.
Alright, what
It
happened here?
appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
Hey, Quantum, how are you doing? Do you have any idea who attacked?
It's difficult to say. We've been plagued by the Red Legion for days, but it's not their way to go after the Fae in the area. They like their targets mortal. In case you haven't heard, there have been some Tuatha sighting in the woods to the west, so that's also a possibility. It's unlikely, though.
Well, I'd like to help.
Only the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I am a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started.
I'd do it, but I'm scared. Fair enough. Where can I find the area
She
again?
spends her days in the precipice
Hey, Belial.
overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are.
Alright.
Hope you stay in town.
Okay. So, there are a couple of places we can go here. Couple of things that we can do. I am going to wait until I've got a degree of alchemical knowledge before I go into Nana Henry's place. I promise you, chicken, I was aiming for the boxes. Because Nana Henry's dialogue changes based on whether you have the slightest clue of how to do alchemy or not. And I just don't like being called stupid. I'm going to call it as it is. So we wait until I've got a oh, we broke it. Maybe I am stupid. Oh, that's definitely not the right way. Maybe this one isn't either. Oh, no, we're good. How goes the rerunning, the re-reckoning? Going okay, going okay. Crude boiled leather gloves.
Hello. I'm
Hello.
not accustomed to all of this excitement. It was difficult enough to adjust to life during wartime. Now we have to be on our guard for Tuatha right here in our own home. What is this world coming to? Truth be told, I know nothing of why the Tuatha are at war with the Alfar, nor why men fight the way they do. All I know is who picks up the pieces. The Tuatha's madness infected the Winter Court. All Fae existed peacefully for centuries, until the Tuatha got involved. It's sad.
Well, tell me a bit about the Court of Winter, because I think you're the first one that can.
I'm hardly a scholar, but I can tell you what I know. There are two Fae factions, the gentle Court of Summer and its coarser cousin, the Court of Winter. As a child, we were told stories of their ancient rivalry. These are surely myths, but enough to scare a young girl. In the last few years, the Court of Winter has fallen, corrupted by a group of powerful Fae called the Tuatha. It's the Tuatha we fight, and the Tuatha we will defeat.
Okay, tell me about yourself.
I was a miller's love who became a miller's wife. Now I am the wife of a soldier. My duty is to hold vigil for my beloved and for all our men on the lines.
Gorhart
I was
village?
born and raised right here in the village. Well, not in Gorhart proper, but on a farmstead outside the village boundaries. It was a good life. Before the war, of course. My experience is limited to Arnik Arjuna and Katrin Allway. They seem the same as any of the rest of us. Wiser, perhaps, but decent, hard-working folk.
Right. And the Fae?
I would think they were a myth if not for the Tuatha. The Fae keep far from us. Perhaps they view us as intruders in their lands. Perhaps they disapprove of our civilized ways. Perhaps they know something we don't. I fear that most of all.
What about St. Odwig's mission?
It's strange. Those old birds have been perched on that hill for as long as I can remember, staring down over the rest of us in the village like hawks. I know so little about them. I don't even know their names.
Have you ever asked?
It's my understanding that they were once members of the Court of Winter, and Fae like any other. But something dark lured them, took them, and twisted them in its grip. Farewell.
Thank you very much for the chat. A graveside letter. Avery, I came to Gorhart to look after your kin. Rika is as wonderful as you described, yet she is a shadow. She misses you, my friend, as do we all. I will watch over her since you cannot, and I will visit you often. This war be damned. Who would have guessed I would come to a mission and trade a prison for a cloister? If only we had both escaped. Alas, the bars were too strong, the Tuatha too cruel. Your brother-in-arms, Mason.
Enough of the oppression! Enough of the lies! Enough of the spiritual hoarding and claims of superiority! Matharu does not judge. She loves. Are we not lied to enough? We are at war. We scrabble for every supper. We live in fear of one another. Shouldn't the mission unite us? Whatever you do, avoid the monks of St. Odwig's Perpetual. They deal in lies and false tenets. Their light
house is a
hope
house
will
of
leave
lies.
you in shadow.
Bold claims, Sisters Elder.
It is the name I chose when I baptized myself in the clear waters of Mitharu. I have undergone the ordination rites and am as legitimate as any monk. She was wronged by someone in this village. That is an injustice I can understand. By its appearance, you'd assume Gorhart is a pleasant place. Never make assumptions.
Fair. What about the mission?
You don't know. It is less a mission than a fortress of deception, a citadel of lies. It throws its menacing shadow over all of Gorhart. Father Dinwell will try to defend his cause, but he is simply a soldier, marching to the orders passed down to him. None of them have minds of their own.
A citadel of lies, chat. Lies.
He would be a good man if he could see past the rigidity of his faith. Mitharu embraces all, not simply those that the Church deems worthy. If such creatures were not part of the authorities' plan, then they would not exist in nature, period. Mitharu's divine order governs all, even the Fae.
Okay.
The two offer will get what they deserve.
Hello. I think this was one of the first quests we'll take in the village.
Welcome to St. Odwig's Perpetual Mission. I would invite you in, but the Order has been too trusting in the past. We try to learn from our mistakes. Although,
I'm gonna be honest.
one never knows what might be a test of faith. You have arrived just when I am in need of aid, so perhaps Mitharu is at work.
Your voice does not suit your face. This is like some... Oh my lord! It's like a couple of characters from Dragon Age Origins. I remember there was a kindly wizard lady, and she would have these voice lines, and her face matched everything else. But there were certain armor sets, which, you know, RPGs being what RPGs are, were slightly more revealing. Was the armor designed for ladies? And if she wore them, her body did not match her voice or her face. It's like, someone tried to cut some corners here, I feel. They felt that, you know what? We could make an old version of the character models, or we could just not. And hope no one notices. Pshaw, Smexy Vampire, you must have forgotten when Splattercat raided me while we were playing the game at the same time. Thank you very much. But did he actually finish it on stream? I will be honest, I got tilted, but the dagger's not working in re-reckoning and I stopped. I will confess that was just pure frustration. Oh, well, again, like I said, that frustration kind of primed me for the first real problem that I encountered, which would require me to like replay like 3 to 4 hours worth of game time to get back from the last relevant save to fix a bug, which was with, I believe, a chest. Actually, on this quest line, as it happens, because doing that quest kind of locks you out. Not being able to complete that quest locks you out from being able to get inside the mission, which locks you out from a couple of other quests. And normally I would have been willing to just redo the like 3 or 4 hours it would have taken. But I was already so frustrated with the daggers not working. I was like, nope, bugger it. That's it.
The first bricks were laid
Took me a few
50
years to cool
ago
off.
by Odwig himself, before his demise at the hands of trolls. We honor him by converting the Fae to the worship of Mitharu. Alas, we have yet to convert a single one. But that does not keep us from trying. Frustrating, that one, stubborn to the spirit. She claims to know the will of Mitharu better than those of us who have spent a lifetime studying scripture.
What does the scripture
If
say?
only she would be touched by the hand of reason.
What about you?
I have been with the mission since its founding. These boys are like my sons. I live my life as an example of Mitharu's wishes for our kind.
What about the Fae?
The Fae are stubborn fools. They treat their souls like toys, with no thought of right or wrong, chaos or order.
Okay. Well, you said you needed
We
aid.
at St. Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on this hill. It's not been without its challenges. The call of the Feylands does not fall upon deaf ears, and many of our youngest don't have the will to resist. Take Brother Egan, for example. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to
do you
collect
mean
firewood
Casimir the
and
Eternal?
never returned. We must find him before anything happens.
Malakan the Mighty? I have no idea if I'm remembering those names right, by the way. I could totally be... I'm fairly certain I remember Casimir and the Eternal, right? Malakan the Mighty, I might just be plucking out of my imagination. Why are you worried?
Gorhart is a savage land. Every day we must face both the beasts of the wood and the evil of wicked hearts. I fear for Brother Egan's soul. He knows nothing of the world of Fae and Alpha, trust and temptation. He is like a baby, eyes wide at the world around him.
Okay, I'll help.
Mitharu be praised. His order reigns supreme. Brother Egan was last seen northeast of here, just off the road near the Fey ruins. Please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you into the fold with open arms. He is a good boy, but our youngest, and Egan often suffers from doubt. That is to be expected. One can only grow out of conflict, especially conflict of the spirit. I tried my best to comfort him and tell him that wisdom would come in time, but he is impatient, brash. He wanted a faster way to enlightenment and power. Egan was last seen in the woods outside the walls, just north of the village. Goodbye.
Right, yep. Right, pursuing that quest. Now then,
Mitharu believes in justice, in
got a
equality,
couple of more
in
things
order.
to do around
What
the
order is there when few
town
choose
before we
to
go out?
subjugate the many? Insist
'Cause
that
this is
St.
very much a
Odwig's
game
admit monks
where
of all sexes and races into its ranks.
Sister Zelda can be
or
heard
tell them to
from
peddle
miles
their
away,
poison
apparently.
elsewhere.
Yeah, there we go. This is very much a game where you can complete several quests at the same time, otherwise you're going back and forth and back and forth. Hello, Agnar.
Nothing to see back here, just a man working for his pay. We in Gorhart like to stay focused on our business. That way the Fae stay focused on theirs.
Fair.
I'd rather not talk about it. My past is a murky place. It's better not to enter lest you wish to get lost there.
Okay, I can definitely respect that.
What do you know of the Red Legion? Whatever it is, forget it. You'll be safer, wiser, and better off in the end. Ignorance is bliss, my friend. Suits my needs just fine. It's remote, away from the shadows of the Crystal War. It's also quiet. Well, most of the time.
What about Fae?
Peace between mortals and the Fae is a passing one. They will always see us as occupiers of this land. We borrow what can never be given. Those fools in that mission on the hill are wasting their days. Creatures of such power do not worship gods. They are gods.
I love the diversity of opinions in this village. It's great.
If there was ever a reason to believe that Fae and mortals cannot live together, it is this strange and brutal war. The Alpha fight without any true knowledge of the enemy they face. I've seen this kind of conflict before and it never ends well. Gorhart is an Almain settlement, so you won't find too many Alpha here. They tend to stay close to Rathia, their city on the coast. I don't mind them.
And what about the mission?
Their goal is to convince the Fae of their folly, but one cannot reason with the sunrise, ask the wind to cease its chill. You should speak with them if you haven't already. They are a sorry lot, and their numbers dwindle. Men forsake their faith and disappear into the woods, or worse.
Very well. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you were looking forward to some chicken tonight. I'll take all those. I'm getting more ingredients out of the various chests than I am out of actually trying to gather because I've got no alchemical skill. Right. That over there is the prison.
Hello there.
Lawbreaker's Grotto. But again, there's a couple more things we want to do down here before we leave. Alright. One is the well. Always check the well. Birch scepter, minor healing potion. Right, okay. I need to go and empty out my grotto of gubbins before I lose the ability to collect more gubbins. But I'm not going to be making money. No, no, no. I've got a special thing to use. That is blacksmithing. If you break down any item, you can get some of the components for making that item back. And right now my blacksmithing skill is quite low, so I can only break down common items. The other ones I will sell. Sorry, it's going to be like this every now and then. I'll go back to town and then I'll quickly have to go through everything. But looking at that, I can actually make everything but hammers and chakrams and greatswords. Which is not too bad. In terms of armor, I could make gauntlets, rogue armor, I could make a buckler, mage armor, I can make robes. I won't be making any of it. Yeah, no, Belial, exactly. I still love how this game felt like solo playing an MMO. Exactly. Because it was, effectively. You know, they were making an MMO and then situation changed and they suddenly found themselves in financial difficulty, so they had to switch it up to make it into a single player experience so they could sell the game. Also, this game ascribes to the Zelda philosophy of if some random person just comes into your house and you have crockery, well, it's your fault that they broke all the crockery.
Hello.
Because you had crockery. What a fool. Playing an MMO these days is just playing an MMO solo anyway. Wow. That. Oh. Wow. That hurt, and I haven't even got a horse in the race. Like, how dare you say something so true? When was the last tea break? We're coming up to the next one in about 12 minutes exactly. Right. Rika, let's have a chat.
Welcome to Gorhart, the last settlement before the Feylands. How can I fill your pack today?
Well, first and foremost, you can fill my pack with knowledge.
I refuse to speak of them. Please respect my wishes.
Noted.
Me, widowed, going on 5 years now. All my boys were taken by the Tuatha.
That's why you won't
Sons,
speak of them.
my brother, and my beloved Avery. Wicked business, this war.
Fair.
Oh, I doubt it's an organized group. More likely that it's one scared idiot with a knife. I heard someone in the village mention the Red Legion, but that can't be true. Some call it the Camp of Cowards, on account of it being settled by those who refuse to enter the forest. Can you blame them? Never trust a wood that whispers. There's Nettie the Smith, and Nanny handles potions and remedies. The inn's across the way if you fancy a pint. Keep an eye out for the Red Legion, though.
You just said there isn't a Red Legion. Make up your mind.
The Fae are elemental creatures, magical and strange. None too considerate of us mortals either. They see us like pets, or worse, like bugs. It's best that you stay out of the Eastern Forest. I've seen things you can't even imagine. The road is dark and dangerous, and it's a long hike to Didenhill. You will find it settled on a small lake beside the Eastern Road. Compared to Gorhart, Didenhill could be called a city.
And about the crystal wall?
The Alfar and the Tuatha have been at each other's throats for nearly a decade now. I can't remember the reason. I wonder if they can, the fools.
Alright. Well, let's have a look at your shop. I would like to sell, and I would like to sell all junk, which will pretty much be everything I didn't want to equip. There is a conductive longsword, which I can now sell because I've got the chakrams. And if we're going to be going main chakram, then we'll stick with that. The frostbone cowl. Need 6 in sorcery to put that on. But it's not that much of an improvement, so I am going to sell it. I could sell some potions as well. Probably sell that. No point in selling the reagents because those don't take up room. Minor experience booster though I'll keep. Minor frostbite, sell serpent's venom, minor venom guard I will keep though. Oh, we did have a gem too. Did I really? Ah, gem of fire shield. Does any of my armor have sockets? Yes. Okay. I think I need to go to a sagecraft. Has this place got a... Oh no, that's in Nana Henry's place. Okay. We're not going to be able to pop that into our armor in a little while then. Don't mind me. No one needs to know what I'm doing. Shh, forget that I'm here. That's right. That's right. It was just the wind. Man, these houses are rickety. Floors are creaking. It's probably that floating candlestick upstairs. Up to mischief again, no doubt. Bloody floating candlestick. Now, what do we have in here? We have Rika's journal. I shouldn't read it, but I'm going to. 15th day of spring. Brother Mason has urged me to keep a journal so that I may exorcise the ghosts that haunt me. He says that in writing down your thoughts, you thereby rid yourself of them and may find peace. I do not think that this will help at all, if help is what I need, but I will try my best, if for nothing else but to appease him. It is hard to lose someone and have them in your memories, in the back of your mind. They linger there, and you feel their presence even though they're gone. It's sad, obviously, Rika, but it's a sadness that encompasses everything. I was watching Gazelle today, the way she stands there, waiting for Camden to return, when we all know he won't. I know her thoughts. It's different when you are simply separated from day in normal fashion, and sometimes you are overwhelmed by their absence. Sometimes you just want to feel them, something tangible, and you do what you can to teach patience to yourself. Brother Mason often says that Mitharu grants the greatest rewards to those who are patient, however. It is hard, and may Mitharu guide her when she finally knows the truth. Then she will know a sadness that does not pay visits as a stranger, but as an unwelcome bedfellow, another shadow, a mould on your will, and a pall on your life. The 23rd day of spring. Which was the other one? 15th. Today I thought I heard children's voices near the outskirts of town. I know it now for what it was, although I did not recognize it, nor knew it for aught but children playing. No, it was nothing but the ghosts of my children calling to their mother. There are, of course, no other children in this forgotten place. Gorhart feels as barren as an empty room. It is lifeless here, for all the magic and wonder of the Fae, even the people. They trudge towards their doom with a resigned melancholy. They're all hiding or running from something or someone. They're tired and waiting for Mitharu to end their petty pacing. It is a strange feeling to know grief as intimately as I do, and to see it in the eyes of so many. Even Brother Mason, the most vibrant shadow of our lonely town, hides a pain. Despite his best attempts to keep it hidden, I've often seen it. He is just like all of us, a toy of fate's cruel play. He will not speak to me about it. I fear it will consume him, and he will no longer be able to bring the joy and happiness to the people here that so desperately need it. He will be just another restless soul. The 25th day of spring. It's only 2 days later. Os Udura is here again, and again I am reminded of war. Has it not taken enough from me already? Does it need to steal what little solace I can find here in this lost village? I have half a mind to run him out of town. I may do so today if he tests my patience. I would be doing Gazelle a favor, no less. How he dares come here after all the trouble this war has cost, I cannot understand. I imagine someday the war itself will arrive at my door. Maybe this time it will claim my life instead of the ones I love. Brother Mason would not like to hear it, but sometimes I wish for that. And who doesn't? To see Avery and Greth again, to hold my sons in my arms. Better to be the one mourned than the one mourning. The writing in this game, if you haven't noticed, is S tier. And most of it goes nowhere. Like, it's not there because it leads to any kind of quest. It's just flashes out the world. Makes it feel real. Obviously, it's not real, not by any measure, but they do a good job of giving weight to everything. Now, I could, if I were this inclined, be a sneak. But I went upstairs to read that book, so that you would know why, although I know I could, I won't. Because I'm a professional.
Hello.
And professionals have standards, chat. And this is what separates the scallywags from the good guys. I don't remember if there are any quests in the inn. But we've done a lot of talking and reading, so I'm just going to pick up some gear and then we're going to go out into the area and do a quest. And by pick up some gear, I mean I'm going to smash a load of boxes first. Professionals do it at night, when they are but a shadow and no one is around.
After sundown.
Right. Loot special deliveries chest. Honk. Okay, so this chest has so much stuff. And you can sell a lot of it for some easy cash in the beginning. And we might, if there is ever something that I desperately want to buy and I'm only just short of it. But for the most part, I'm going to leave things in here. You can easily check what things are. Like, this is just basic sorcery gear. Very basic. It looks gorgeous, though, I will say. And it's also got set bonuses. The value represents a division in the lives of those fated with this card. For better or for worse, the challenges ahead will split them in two directions. Usually this is metaphorical, but not always. So those are the valley stuff. We've got a couple of items. The Truth, the Flame, the Field, the Song. The Guardian set is, as you can tell, heavy armor. Looks glorious. The Guardian is the card of faith, truth, and those that stand against adversity. Those mortals fated with the image of the Guardian will stand against their foes to the end. We've got the Mountain, the Tower, the Beast, which I believe is a great sword. No, it's a long sword. Oh, the Forge is the great sword. Yeah. The Forge is an instrument of change, and its card reflects that. Those fated with the Forge bring about change, or are themselves changed, in sudden and often wide-reaching events. We won't be picking that up. Then you've got the Running Man armor. So, this is more for finesse. Armor and critical hit damage, that sort of stuff. Plus 10% health, plus 10% critical hit damage with melee. The Running Man is the card of desperation. It, like the armor crafted in its name, indicates someone in need of safety and security. The Circle of Therasin believed that the Running Man also indicated a fate that could be changed. And down here we've got the Moon, the Wind, the Night, the Hunter, the Infernal Helm. So that's Fey Blades. That is, I believe, a shield? Yes, it's a shield. The Knight. Pair of decent daggers. Same damage, realistically, as my current daggers. 5 physical, 5 piercing, but has extra damage at night. The card of the Night is considered by most Fate Weavers to be an ill omen, predicting death meant to the one who pulls it. Although the card can be an omen, it can also be a blessing, as death is sometimes an agreeable end to a conflict. Amazing bow. And we've got some other bits that are kind of interesting down here. The Infernal Helm, for example. It's a high might item. Not all of them are easy to put on. Like, some of them require that you've actually focused. I think the first ones are all like level 1s. But then beyond that, they go up. And the Shepherd one, yes, because EA published this. So there is a crossover with Mass Effect here. Fabled armor of the legendary Shepherd, commander of the Warsworn after Balagar. It doesn't. It tries its best not to make it really, kind of oafishly, just wedged in there. It does try to make it stand, lore gentle, I suppose. But yeah, this is the Commander Shepherd set, as you can probably already tell. Then you got the Vigilant. Servants of the ways of fate know well the value of constant vigilance. This would be another might set. Then we've got Fate's Brand, Edge. Oop, that is my alarm to go on tea break. Fate's Arbor, Fate's Stem. Is that a... I'm not sure what that is. What type of a item? I think it might be a scepter. And I think Fate's Arbor is probably a staff. The Imminent Vest. This is a finesse 3. Plus 5% chance to evade. This has a set bonus up to 4. With 2 of them, you get 10% bleeding damage and duration. With 3 of them, you get plus 2 to stealth. And with 4 of them, you get 5% experience bonus while in Reckoning mode. Fate may be unalterable, but those discern its pattern soonest profit most. That's probably the one we're going to go with. Spinning Tom's Anvil. A shield. Spinning Tom was said to be so nimble with this buckler that the numerous blows he deflected would keep its bracing at a red-hot glow, scorching any who drew near. But yeah, we're probably going to go with the Imminent set. Then we've got Fate's Scours. This is a Fey Blade. A rare weapon finely tuned to the elusive threads of fate. The Pensive set is Sorcery. 5% bonus experience while in Reckoning mode. Just gets more ice damage and mana. Fate's Curve. Nice bow. The Destiny's Distress. Smelted with the living essence of fate, the shield stands stronger than most against the forces that bind all creatures to their destinies. As you can see, the numbers we're looking at, and the reason why I'm going through this is because I know I certainly feel this way, so I can only imagine there are some other people who also kind of like, backer stuff. Maybe not. I just want the base game. I don't want to end up with gear that is so hopelessly OP. This, whilst it will mean that we will effectively not have to worry too much about armor upgrades in the first area, by the second area, we are definitely going to be finding better stuff. Some of the set bonuses might last a bit longer before I want to switch away from them, even if there is better, raw numbers on the items I'm finding. But this is by no means a item which is going to run us like most of the game. This probably will run us the first 2-3 extra levels from when we pick it up. Variety, stream of verification, check. Thank you very much. Yes, Qs can fly. Okay, with that done, let's go back to room. No. Fate's Mallet, Omni Blades, Fate's Needle. And yes, this is a Mass Effect reference. Matchless blades formed from strange and mysterious magic lost to another time. Quite good daggers. They do burning damage. Then Fate's Needle does plus 15% Reckoning duration. So this only very slightly increases the damage, but lets you stay in Reckoning mode a lot longer. Yeah, no pay to win, just an easier starter, yeah. It especially with the chakrams, because finding a good pair of chakrams is kind of hard early on, so if we want to focus on that. But honestly, I would say even apart from the armor, even if you left the armor, just the availability of every type of weapon means that you can just pick what you want to start with. Many of this is not, I don't believe it's pay to win. Like, I don't, no, well, okay. It's pay to win insofar as some of this is as a consequence of you getting the expansions and DLC. So you had to pay for that to be accessible, but then the expansion zones and the DLC content, exactly the same thing. I wouldn't really class that as pay to win. But other than that, all of this is like the Commander Shepard stuff. That was just when EA took over publishing. That I think that was like the difference between this on PC and this on console, effectively. Other than that, it's all just like when they've put out a new item, a new expansion and stuff. So none of it was like gated behind, you have to pay this money just to get this item. These ones I don't know about, though. Like, I'm actually not sure about them at all. Right, so Twin Soul and Fate's Eye. The chakrams are things that I want to look at. A rare weapon finely tuned to the elusive blah, blah, blah. This is an electric chakram, pretty much the same as we've currently got. As you can see, the only difference is the 15% reckoning duration. The Twin Souls, though. Bit stronger. Like perfect mirrors, these mysterious rings reflect the world around them and amplify themselves according to its changes. Kinda tempted. I don't know. Do we go with more raw damage or the extra reckoning duration? Maybe going with extra reckoning would be better, because that would allow us to be in reckoning mode longer and get a bigger experience boost, potentially, by killing more things. Or we could just go raw damage. I think going with the Fate set is the better option, since it's closer to what we've currently got anyway, and just gives the reckoning duration, which means that I'm not going to feel locked in on them as much. It'll be easy to rationalize switching out from them. Elixir of Inspiration. What the heck do you do? Oh, I accept. Yes. Donk. The Dowsing Rod. This magical rod will help you find special elements usable in alchemy. We'll take that. Donk. The Compass of Fate. A magical device that reacts to the threads of fate weaving around its target's mind and heart. +1 to persuasion. Take. All right, we'll take Fate's Eye. We'll take Fate's Needle. And I think we were going to go with the Imminent. Boots, gloves, leggings. Is there an Imminent chest piece? Yes. Don't like the helmet too much, though. Could take the Pensive. Or I could take the Imminent Cap and then be completely free to switch over to something else at some later time. Oh. Yeah, I didn't mean to click that button. Right, Imminent Cap, let's grab you. Thunk. Right, oh. Twist of Fate awarded. Confident. You follow the path with uncommon coolness and ease, rarely letting your situation suffer from extremes. +5 ice and fire resistance. Not sure why we got that. Harbinger. Preternaturally aware of the motion of fate, you not only alter the destinies of your slain enemies, but can absorb some of their experience as well. +2% experience gain while in reckoning mode. I guess from the combination of stuff I equipped. Did I actually equip it all, or did I just take it all? I think I just took it all. Yes, I didn't equip it all. Okay, that's equipped. That can go in junk, and that's equipped. That can go in junk. Also, those daggers look amazing. To be fair, the Fate's Eye look amazing too. Armor-wise, Imminent Cap is good. Let's get rid of those. Let's equip that. That can go. Equip that. Fine Cotton can go. Imminent Leggings. Okay, now we are fashion soulsing. And at this point we have the set bonus. There was a shield I think I could take as well, thinking about it. Let's see, shields. The tower is definitely... Oh, okay, maybe it is possible. Don't think I want the tower, though. The moon, maybe. I think the moon is a shield. Spinning Tom's anvil. It's purely looks at this point, like 100% fashion souls. Destiny's Distress. I couldn't equip that one anyway. Destiny's Spiral. Plus 5% of Fate. Problem is, there aren't any other good helmets that I could put on. Well, that being said, maybe there are. That one looks awful. That one maybe not terrible. That one is not great, though. It's going to be a little while before we see some of the really nice helms regardless, but I think we're going to go with Destiny Spiral. There you go. Did I ever play Bard's Tale? Yes. Yep, there is an option to turn the helmets off if you want to. I think it's in gameplay. Hide helmet, yeah. Right. With that done, we're going to quickly pop in, sell off the gubbins that I've got. Then we will head out on the next quest after the tea break.
Care to part with some gold?
There we go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye to you. You get the beard in conversations. And when we're normally playing, you're just seeing the back of the head, so no need to worry about it too much. Have I added that onto my radial? I have not, so let's add that on there. And we will use that when we return, because that's a cool 500 experience. Right. Okay. Do you want to hear Wounded Fae noises while I'm on tea break? You know what? I'm not going to be that cruel. I've decided instead you can listen to angry Zelda noises.
What is the mission hiding? Why are its gates forever closed?
Be careful of what you wish for, chat.
We all should be asking. Are we not lied to enough? We are at war. We scrabble for every second.
I will be back soon.
We live in fear of one another. Shouldn't the mission unite us?
Enjoy your tea break.